और सीधा आपको लिए चलते हैं केरल के फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर थॉमस इसैक हमारे साथ यहाँ पर जुड़ गए हैं। मिस्टर थॉमस, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस ऑन जी बिजनेस। सर, फर्टिलाइजर पर जीएसटी घटाकर 12 से 5% कर दिया है, लेकिन अभी भी ये मौजूदा वैट से ज्यादा है। क्या आपको लगता है कि ये किसानों के हित में है?
See, if there is no tax on fertilizer, some manufactured products. To manufacture fertilizer, you need chemicals and so on, on which there is tax. Therefore, by making it tax-free, does not reduce its price. In fact, the embedded tax in the fertilizer would be much higher than 5%. But it's a popular demand from around, and therefore, bowing to it, the council reduced the tax rate to 5. It was a unanimous decision of the council because farmers are agitated all over India because of the strained situation, and therefore it is a symbolic gesture that the tax rate has been reduced from 12 to 5%.
जी सर, डीजल अभी भी जीएसटी से बाहर है और ज्यादातर किसान खेती के लिए डीजल का इस्तेमाल करते हैं। क्या आपको लगता है कि डीजल और पेट्रोल को भी जीएसटी के दायरे में लाना चाहिए?
No, I don't think so. See, the states and Indian Union collect something like, say, 5 lakh crores of rupees of taxes. Say, suppose I'm making a suggestion, of which 1/4 is given by petrol and diesel. Now, the tax rates today have been reduced very substantially from the combined pre-GST tax rates. That's excise, service, VAT, all added together. Now, present GST is much lower. Now, if we are going to bring petroleum products also inside to reach a revenue neutral rate, that is a rate which will ensure that 5 lakh crores of revenue come from GST also, your tax rates on other commodities will have to be raised. So, this is not an opportune time at all to bring in petroleum products into GST. Because you have to look at also the revenues of the government, the welfare of the farmers, all other welfare measures and some farmer support schemes, including fertilizer subsidies and remunerative price support scheme, all needs money. And therefore, you cannot bring now, in fact, I have opposed tooth and nail bringing petroleum and diesel prices into the GST kitty. If central government is so keen, let them reduce their excise rate. Ever since the petrol prices, crude prices have been falling, the government of India has been steadily, consistently raising the excise rate. Let them bring it down.
सर, पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट्स और अल्कोहल क्या लगता है आपको कब तक जीएसटी के दायरे में आ सकते हैं?
You see, it would be the best ideal situation if there is no tax at all. Okay? We can reduce all the tax to zero. You can't because government cannot run. So government is today getting certain amount of revenue. That revenue government must continue to get even under GST. Now, the GST rates have been reduced. But here are two commodities which contribute to very substantially to the income because their tax rate is very high. Now, you include that also into the kitty. GST would mean tax rate on fertilizer, tax rate on all other things, tax rate on grain, all will have to go up. So you have to carefully calibrate this. You cannot take a dash into GST, bringing everything into GST and create chaos. No, I don't agree with that.
ठीक है मिस्टर थॉमस, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए ई-वे बिल अभी लागू नहीं हुआ है, कब तक हो पाएगा ये, कुछ पता है आपको इसके बारे में?
Now, octroi and all such local taxes are removed. They are no more there. They won't be there. Even checkposts are removed. Now, checkposts will take some time completely to be obliterated because e-way bill system has to come into force. That's why whenever truck starts moving, it should upload its invoice into the GSTN portal, and anybody in India, if there's a number of that vehicle, can access the portal and find out if they have uploaded the waybill. Now that system will take 3-4 months, and therefore some states the present system will continue. In Kerala also checkposts will be removed as such, but all the vehicles entering Kerala would have to show on paper their invoice, a declaration. We won't be examining the vehicle, we won't be even approving the declaration, all these are done away with, but they will have to show, well, here is the declaration that they have uploaded. The invoice in our KVATs, with Kerala has been having the e-way bill system as part of our tax mechanism for the last 3-4 years. Therefore that system will continue operation, but in due course even that will be removed.
ठीक है सर, एक और चीज़ ये है कि बहुत सारे ट्रेडर्स हैं जो जीएसटी का विरोध कर रहे हैं. क्या लगता है आपको कि कब तक ये जो दिक्कतें हैं ये दूर हो जाएंगी?
When VAT was introduced, it took a full 1 year before everything became to normal. Now in GST, I don't expect that much time required, because GST in essence is an extension of VAT principle to all India's level, and therefore, because earlier the VAT would start only from the state border, now it goes across the border. Therefore, conceptually there is no confusion. But it may take 5-6 months or even 1 year for all glitches to be sorted out. But I don't think there's any point in hesitating to roll out. We are ready. Kerala wants the GST to come in at the earliest.
मिस्टर थॉमस, एक आखिरी सवाल आपसे ये होगा कि जम्मू कश्मीर में जीएसटी अभी तक लागू नहीं हुआ है. क्या लगता है आपको, कब तक यहाँ लागू होने की उम्मीद है?
Well, J&K, that's a special case. J&K by constitution has been given certain privileges, but J&K cannot stay away from GST, otherwise they will be the losers. But on the other hand, now take why the opposition is participating in the midnight session that is going on. Well, partly political and partly it's a political risk. Let me put it there. It's a political thing. What is the politics about it? Why do you bring in politics into this, you might ask? Now, the BJP, which is celebrating in this midnight as if it is ushering a new era in Indian history and so on and so forth, similar to 1947, August 15 midnight. Well, what happened, say, 10 years back? Not, say, 7-8 years back. GST discussion started in the UPA one, and it went on for 7 years. It was BJP that blocked it. I know for sure. I was participant in the GST council, that the empowered committee, and Ashim Das Gupta of West Bengal had taken such a pain to thrash out a broad structure agreement with everybody. It is just BJP alone that was responsible for scuttling it. So that was the political position taken by BJP at that time. But now, under the BJP regime, the opposition parties have played a very constructive role. We have criticized, for example, CPM, have been highly critical about the impact it would have on the center-state financial relations, and therefore made certain suggestions which were not accepted, like the rate split being in favor of the states, or having a band for SGST for the states from which it could choose, and so on. But nevertheless, have been playing a very constructive role in evolving the law and the procedures, the GST regime. Now comes its launch. What is happening, the midnight, that midnight session, certainly GST is a very important nodal point, just like VAT was, but it's not an event of the scale to change the game in India and so on. to trigger in a 2% growth in GDP as it's made out to be. It's just sheer propaganda. We don't want to be part of that propaganda. And second, I want to, this is my why I don't attend that. My party has not asked me not to attend. But I won't attend it because it's a protest. My way of protesting against the lynching that is going on in India. And never has the nation degenerated in this manner. That if you belong to a different faith, no questions asked, nobody to protect you, but some rowdies can come and kill you up. Hey, this is not time for celebration, not for me.
बिल्कुल, इट्स टाइम फॉर सेलिब्रेशन. थैंक यू सो मच मिस्टर थॉमस, आपका हमारे साथ यहाँ पर जुड़ने के लिए और ये पूरी बातचीत हमसे करने के लिए.